Good evening, friends. We have a lot to break down with some wintry weather on the horizon. Now, here's what we're tracking as we head into the next couple of days. Of course, tonight will still be cold and windy. Tomorrow, wintry mess arrives, but for your Monday, we're actually going to see that winter storm continuing into your Monday and even into Monday evening. So we do have that Weather Authority alert day that is in place for both your Sunday and your Monday. Of course, that timeline begin Sunday afternoon. Now, right now, again, as mentioned, cold and windy, but we're still completely dry across the area. Radar imagery coming back completely clear, and that's part of why our temperatures are plummeting tonight. Not only are we seeing that cold air head our way, but when we don't have any cloud cover in the atmosphere, there's nothing to trap that radiation that we receive during the day and keep our atmosphere, our surface warm. So because of that, we call that radiational cooling. So all of that energy escaping, cooling us down tonight because of those clear conditions. So that is adding to the concern for the day tomorrow due to these very chilly temperatures that we will experience. Now, right now, we're already falling into the 30s, the 20s, and the teens. Right now in Roanoke, we're sitting at that 30-degree mark. Same story for Bedford, Lynchburg, and Alta Vista. Hot Springs, 16 at elevation right now, 26 in Pulaski, Blacksburg, and in Hillsville tonight. Now, over the next couple of hours, our temperatures will fall drastically, and our low temperatures, again, still in the 20s and teens, but adding to that feels like temperature plummeting as well. These wind gusts that's adding to those very, very chilly feeling conditions right now. Most recent wind gust in Roanoke, 25 miles an hour, in Blacksburg, 29. Of course, at higher elevations like Hot Springs, we're seeing those more blustery conditions. That most recent gust about 33 miles an hour. So we are entering a very blustery time period over these next couple days to add to those concerns, especially with the ice that is in the mix. And this is what we're watching right here, all that snow and ice and mixed precipitation now out over the plains. That is the system that will move our way by tomorrow, as we're starting to see that leading edge now starting to creep towards Kentucky. And again, we'll be seeing that Sunday afternoons. This low pressure center rather gets a little bit more organized. Now, what we're looking at right now, this is what caused this giant swath of pink that's showing up on your screen right now. And this was a change today. Now, we have majority of the viewing area has been upgraded to a winter storm warning, and this does expire Monday about 7 o'clock in the evening. Majority of the viewing area now in that warning. Now, there are a couple counties into Southside Pennsylvania and again, Danville, South Boston. We're starting to see that winter weather advisory, and that is because of the type of precipitation that we are expecting. Now, this is going to be more so of a very cold rain, and even seeing some sleet, some freezing rain, majority rainfall event for Southside. So again, those concerns that we are watching for Lynchburg zone, Roanoke, New River Valley, as well as the Highland zones, where we're seeing the majority of that snowfall and ice and just that mess of accumulation. We are running the gamut in terms of the precipitation types that we are expecting for Sunday and Monday. Now, I did want to show you this graphic as well. Looking at our road temperatures, this is also something that we are going to keep a close eye on over these next couple of days, because right now, majority of the area is those road temperatures are either at or below freezing, and this is why you have seen VDOT out and about priming the roads and salting the roads for the past couple of days. They have been diligent and wonderful about doing that, so hopefully we're going to mitigate some travel impacts, but any way you cut it, travel will be dangerous Monday morning, even Sunday evening, and Monday evening as well. So again, road temperatures still either at or below freezing, 29-degree road temperature right now in Roanoke. And Southside, you'll notice a little bit warmer for those temperatures. And again, that's his warmer temperature profile that we are expecting for Sunday and Monday as well. And that's also part of why the advisory was issued rather than the warning, because we are still anticipating that different mode of precip for the Southside zone. But the rest of us still expecting that very snowy, wintry mess. And this is the timeline we're watching. Again, this will begin about noontime to 2 p.m. on Sunday, and this will start off as a snowfall event, and this will transition several times over the next couple of hours after this. So you'll notice again, 12 to 2, start off with snowfall, then we switch over to that rain, wintry mix, either that freezing rain or the potential for sleet and rain, and that will go back and forth throughout the overnight hours, evening and overnight Sunday into early Monday morning. But Monday afternoon and evening, that is when we switch things up to more of an all snowfall event. Now, the entire time, it will be cold. It will be bitterly cold as we enter into this event, and that's also another concern for freezing rain. Now, ice accumulations that we are expecting over the next couple of hours now, rather next couple of days, Sunday and into Monday, could see in some spots up to 1/10 of an inch, either a trace or up to 1/10 of an inch, expecting that 1/10 of an inch of ice that is possible, especially in those winter weather warning, that winter storm warning zone rather. And that is the possibility for those power outages as well when that freezing rain falls, and it falls as a liquid, but it freezes on contact when it has a nuclei to freeze onto. That is that concern, especially just seeing that snowfall beginning, freezing rain, sleet in the middle, and then the snow to end it, kind of this weird snowy icy mess of a sandwich that we are dealing with. So again, that's your timeline that we're watching for Sunday and into the Monday. This is a 2-day event. Let's time this out on Futurecast. You'll notice the warm front that we're seeing in the storm. Right along that warm front, that boundary, that's where that snow and that mix and the wintry mess is located. Now, along that cold front into the southeast, that is more that rainfall and that thunderstorm potential. And again, that severe weather is possible into portions of the southeast, into Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia and even parts of Arkansas. Will see the potential for some severe weather. That they have had a couple of rounds of rainfall today, and this will continue to move through. Now, the one thing that is quite interesting and that we are watching closely, that severe weather, I just want to put this out there, we could see the storm system kind of being robbed of moisture and energy depending on how that plays out, how that severe mode of precip into the southeast plays out. That could rob us of a little bit of moisture. So these models that we have been watching closely these past couple of days may end up underperforming. Now, we'll be watching that in these next couple of model runs that are coming out in the next few hours, but as of now, wintry mess will be out and about Sunday and into Monday. It's just in terms of amounts and that mode of precipitation, because just 1 degree in the upper atmosphere can change the entire forecast. But right now, Futurecast showing by 12 o'clock on Sunday, we're starting to see that leading edge of that snowfall moving into the farthest southwestern portions of Virginia. Now, this continues to move through Sunday afternoon and evening, but by about 10 o'clock Sunday night, seeing a little bit more of that pink into portions of the New River Valley, Roanoke, and Lynchburg zones, even a little bit of south side getting on that mixed precipitation action. So that will be the mode that we're switching over to for your Sunday night. Now, as this continues overnight, switching over from mixed precipitation to rainfall, but you'll notice Sunday morning, Monday morning, this is when things switch up a little bit. By 1 o'clock, wrapping this around to end as a snowfall event. So you will notice Roanoke, especially, that we're starting to see Roanoke, New River Valley, as well as the Highland Zone, still seeing a lot more of that snowfall. So this is why we have this as a 2-day Weather Authority alert day, both Sunday and Monday. We're not done with that snowfall when we end as rainfall on Monday morning. We're actually in for a little bit more of that snowfall Monday afternoon around Monday evening drive time. So 4 to 5 p.m., that's when we're starting to see those bands of snow still continuing to move through. And that's why that's a concern for the commute to Monday morning and Monday evening. So this eventually wraps up about 11 p.m. to midnight on Monday and into early Tuesday morning. We are completely dry once again. So this will end by Tuesday, and as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, we will continue to dry things out as well. So that's the good news. We get the break on Tuesday, but in terms of the accumulation, and this forecast has changed drastically, has changed a bit in the past 24 hours. So it is worth noting that this still could continue to change as we head further on into our evening hours tonight. I'm going to keep a close eye on this, but what we're watching right now, south side zone, and even those southern portions of the New River Valley there into that green portion, Expecting to see that snow and sleet accumulation of about a dusting to 2 inches. Now, as you head a little bit further north into the New River Valley, into portions of the Roanoke and Lynchburg zones, they're in the blue, and even that far-reaching portions into Bland into seeing that as well. And that blue portion right there, about 2 to 4 inches of that sleet and that snowfall accumulation. Now, the closer that we get into the highland zones, again, further north of Route 460, into that pinks and the whites. Pinks, we're seeing that swath into that northern portion into Roanoke County and the Lexington area as well. 3 to 6 inches of that accumulation possible. But again, highland zone, 6 to 10 inches of that accumulation possible over these couple of days of this snow, sleet, icy event. Now, we're watching for the better accumulation as well. Again, the portion of the area about north of Route 460. So keeping a close eye on that for those higher accumulations and even that icier condition as well. So that's what we're watching in terms of accumulations and the potential with that freezing rain as well. That does spring to mind again, those power outages and the blustery conditions all along with it, even beginning tonight. Those very blustery conditions out and about just tonight with our low temperatures reaching into the 20s and teens. Now is the time, if you haven't already, especially as we head into the day tomorrow, I want to think about getting those Christmas decorations down. We're starting to see things icing over tomorrow. So be prepared if you have a couple extra batteries or flashlights, anything, preparing for potential for those power outages tomorrow and the hazardous travel Monday and into Tuesday morning. Do not leave if you don't have to. Just stay off of the roadways because it will be quite the mess. But tonight, we are still in the clear and we are still dry. The calm before the storm, if you will. Our low temperatures tonight, 20s and teens. Our low in Roanoke this evening, 21 degrees. Hot Springs, 14. Independence, 18. South Boston, 19 tonight. Blacksburg, 17, as well as Pulaski, 18 tonight. In Hillsville, 20 in Bedford, Lynchburg, and Alta Vista. So the next couple of days, it will be chilly. Zone by zone forecast for your high temperatures on Sunday. I just want to put out there, the average high temperature for this time of year is around 48 degrees, and we will barely break into the 40 south side, hitting 41 degrees for your Sunday. And again, that's why just in that winter weather advisory and expecting that rainier mode of precipitation because the temperature's a little bit higher there. High in Lynchburg tomorrow, 39 degrees. Roanoke, 37. 36 in the Highlands, and 34 your high temperature tomorrow in the New River Valley. This is well below average. Very, very Arctic air mass, very chilly air mass that is moving through, and all of the reason why we're expecting this for the next couple days. This pattern will settle in, especially after that low pressure system and a series of fronts pass through. Weather Authority alert day in effect for your Sunday and Monday due to those hazardous travel conditions that we are expecting. Potential for those widespread power outages along with it. 37 high temperature for your Sunday, 35 on Monday, but we take quite the tumble as we head Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. Going to be in the 20s for high temperatures, so it will take quite the dive as this air mass moves in behind it, and we are watching for next weekend for that precip as well. Potential for a little bit more of that wintry precip on the horizon, but let's just get through the start of this week before we tackle that next forecast.